welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me on this video. Thanks for all the support, and please remember to hit the like button so that the video can be promoted on YouTube. So this video will be a little bit, it's a little bit emotional for me, and I'm sure for many of you out there as well, especially mothers. So we're going to go through a timeline of what happened to little Nikita Noel. I'm just going to go through the various news reports, and then of course the last report that we're hearing is that someone has been arrested. So as you know, they have to go through the court system and all of that. So this is just an arrest that was made. I'm going to go through the different reports that came out in the major newspapers, because I'm going through the Gleaner, I'm going through the Observer and the Star as well. So we know that on February 1st, the first day of February, there was some sad news. First, we got the sad news of little Nikita missing, right? And you know, when you have a child, because I've seen it, I do follow a few doctors online as well, and there is a report saying children and mothers are connected. They share the same cells. So even when you give birth to a child and the child is now like independent and on their own, like they don't need your body to survive anymore, right? You've given birth, you still retain some of that cells that was in that child. So that explains sometimes when something is wrong, you have this feeling or intuition as a mother, whereas a father most of the time will not feel this way, right? So they're in us, they're a part of us until of course we leave this earth. February 1st, the mother, she knew that her child, of course, little Nikita Noel, they call her Joanna. That's her pet name. She's given that name by her family. And we know the situation in Jamaica. We know that everyone has a little pet name. Most of us have a little pet name in Jamaica. I'm going to call her Nikita because her family calls her Joanna. So when she realized the mom must have been, checking her time and realized that her daughter Nikita was not home when she was supposed to be home, she got concerned, right? So this is on February 1st. So she said her daughter doesn't go to people's yard. When she goes to school, it is straight home after that. As a taxi driver that she used to, pick up and drop off her daughter. So she said from the time that the driver dropped her off, she would come straight home. So she found it funny that it was getting late and she did not see her daughter. So of course, some alarm bell starts going off. Use a particular path to go home. So when the taxi drops her off, of course, other people are coming out of the taxi at that particular location. So I'm just trying to imagine it in my head. She goes to her particular path and they would go down to their little footpath, right? Because this is the way it goes in the country. You have these little paths and these little dirt roads that lead you into your particular home. So she would take her own path after she exited the taxi and tried to go home. And that's when she is at home. She's of course totally unaware of the situation her daughter is in. So when the time came and she did not see her child, she started to make some alarm and go out and probably tell the neighbor she cannot find her daughter is not home, and all of that. To that, the principal of Esher Primary School said they did meet with the parents and told the parents to make sure you take your children to school and come and meet them after school. That was already cleared by the school, and kudos to the principal of Esher Primary School, by the way, for getting that out there and trying to protect the children. So of course the mom now went to the station. So she would have gone to the police station in her area, and she said while she was in the station she felt this pain in her abdomen, and she said to the police officer, I need to go home because I need to find my daughter. She's getting all these feelings now, right? Because you don't know, but I've seen mothers, right, grieve, and the first thing they do is they grab their tummy. This is where the child was. This is where the child was nurtured for 9 months. So automatically this is where your two hands go, right? And you have a part of that child carrying in you until you leave this earth. So she's getting a lot of feelings right now, knowing that the child is not safe. Principal Antoinette Wright made an appeal for a national sensitization program regarding predators or hurting the country's children. So this sensitization program will make persons more aware that there are child predators on the loose in the country, and for persons to take the necessary steps to reduce the number of incidents of this nature. That was Miss Antoinette Wright, right? Stressing that the issue has national importance, right? Noting what is occurring with the young children, you know, and all of that, right? All the stuff that can happen to them if you're not careful as a mother or as parents, and of course caregivers. Children must not be left unsupervised. They must be monitored and proper systems put in place to ensure their safety. So, you know, don't be leaving your kids with every and anyone. Be too trusting, and try to recognize signs even if people are not speaking. Observe their body language, to be extra vigilant with that, because we all know that people will gravitate or, you know, get to the mom in order to get to the children, right? So be careful. You can't stress that enough. A lot of single parents decide to do it alone because they cannot trust bringing a strange person into their home. They launched a search, and she was found on February 1st. She was found a few feet away from her home. She was actually found, and of course not in a good situation, right? So on February 2nd, the Hanover police reported that a suspect has been held in relation to the murder of 9-year-old Nikita Noel and the SA of her as well. And head of Hanover Police Division, Sharon B. Put, confirmed the accused was in protective custody and his identity was not revealed on that date. Following the timeline, Mr. Andrew Holness expressed outrage at the monstrous murder of 9-year-old Nikita Noel, who was found DEAD in her Hanover community on Wednesday night after she did not return home from school. He said, you know, of course he was outraged with everything that happened, right? And it was a shock to him, and it can only be described as evil. People confirmed that the child was picked up at a regular time to go home and was expected to be at home by 4:30. The little girl's dog, which always met her along the way as she walked home. You know, dogs are faithful and very protective. So this is the reason why the dog was bound up. Mighty dog always met her, and he was found in the bushes with his feet bound together. Appeared not to have been harmed, because they know that the dog, number one, would have tried to protect her. Number two, the dog would run home and the mom would know something is wrong, because, you know, they're going to communicate you that something is wrong. and they would try everything in their power for you to come with them so they can show you what's going on. So that's the reason for that to be done. It's a heartless act. She was looking forward to Careers Day. She was looking forward to her birthday in March when she would have turned 10. So innocent. At grade 4, you're skipping, you're playing, you're running around with your friends at school and all of that. Another child's life and dream just cut short like that. Right? She was very polite. She was a team player and a leader, said the school administrator. So we know that she had a lot of potential. She was a model student, and this is coming from the principal, Antoinette Wright. On February the 7th, we further advised that no charges have been laid for the rdered suspect of Nikita Noel, right? So there was an announcement that they were diligently doing the work and no charges have been laid as yet. On February the 10th, another news report came out. So the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, wants the 42-year-old man in police custody in relation to the taking out of 9-year-old schoolgirl Nikita Jojo Noel to be charged with capital murder and locked away for life. Fast forward now, taken from the Jamaican Observer. All the reports that I just did, I was going through different newspapers. Let's read a little bit of the news. It says Hanover, Jamaica. The main suspect in the death of 9-year-old Nikita Noel, who was found DEAD in bushes at the side of the road in her own community of Kew in Hanover last month, has been charged. 42-year-old Omar Green, a construction worker of a Bayberry Hill, Lucea address. The partner of Nikita's mother was charged with the MURDER and the SA yesterday evening. That was Thursday. So he is to make an appearance in court next week. So this Saturday is going to be Nikita Noel's funeral. So we'll be keeping you up to date with all the news on Nikita Noel, Little Jojo. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the like button so that it's promoted on YouTube. Take care of yourself and others. Join me for the next video.